How's it going, everybody? Welcome to Going for Gur. Today I'm playing Cedar Crest Golf Course in Marysville, Washington. First tee shot here, hit a little bit more of a slice than I wanted. Was able to punch out fairly decently though. This one also kind of sliced away from me, so I'm to the right of the green here. Got a little too much behind it. I was playing in the rough, so I put a little extra on it, and it was a little too much extra, so I ended up going back over the green. Here from this hillside, I'm just trying to hit a little bump and run down towards the pin. Little too deep the rough, so it got hung up, and I got a long putt here. It was pretty rainy when I recorded this, and the greens were so inconsistent. Some of them were just saturated, and some of them were pretty dry, so it was tough for me to get any sort of consistent read on it. Here on hole 2, it's a par 3. Today it was playing about 145. This one looked like it was dead at the pin the whole way, but it ended up being about 10 feet deep. Again, those greens were so inconsistent that I wasn't able to get a good stroke on it, but tap in for my par. Hole 3 here is a dogleg left. Typically you want to aim kind of towards the tree. I was a little bit concerned about this tee shot. It was headed straight at the tree. Luckily it missed just to the left, but it got stuck up in some rough. About 120 yards out here. Landed just short. Little chip on. See there, I was telling it to slow down. This one looked like it was going in, but it ended up rolling past by about a foot. Just a little tap in here. Hole 4, straightaway par 4. Typically play a fade, so I was worried that this one was going straight into the woods, but it ended up drawing back into the middle of the fairway. This one is a shared green with the 17th hole, and so the green complex is huge on. Just trying to get this putt close. Not sure what happened in my video, but ended up just tapping it in. Hole 5, another straightaway par 4. Hit my fade into the middle. A nice second shot that I was pretty happy with. And so tap in birdie. That would be the only birdie of the day. Hole 6 is one of my favorite holes to play. It's a relatively short par 4 downhill. As long as you don't go left, you're pretty much safe anywhere. Hit a 52-degree in here. And tap in for my par. Hole 7's a 160-ish yard par 3. Not really sure what happened to my second shot there. Must have been corrupted, but I ended up chipping past the flag, and that was my first comeback. And tap in for the bogey. Hole 8, I topped the heck out of this drive, so it only went just a little past the front tees. Luckily I was able to hit this hybrid up pretty close to the green. 60-degree to approach. Trying to give it a chance so I can just tap it in. Gave it a shot, but these greens were so inconsistent because of the rain that I was playing in that I just couldn't get a good read. This is hole 9, par 5. Danger all the way up the left. Rough on the right where I ended up landing, but it's usually a safer play. I topped this hybrid and ended up right at the base of that tree. Just had to punch it back out to the fairway here. Didn't realize that I had a tailwind here, so I was about 150 out. Made my 150 club, but that tailwind pushed it to about 160, 165. So I went decent ways past the pin here. It's a downhill putt, but again, these wet greens gave it a little too much and it rolled right past. Here on hole 10, another downhill. Again, I topped it. I don't know why my tracer said that it went that high. Forgot to record my second shot. But it was down on the left side here. Hit this hybrid up towards the green. Ended up getting caught up on the front edge. There's a ridge that I didn't quite get over right there, as you can see. My ball just starts rolling back. Stops. Try to give it enough to get over that ridge. I just could not get any of these putts to drop. Hole 11 here. There's water up on the right, woods on the left. Luckily I found the fairway. Hit this one a little fat, so it ended up going short right into that wall right in front of the green there. Was able to chip it up. I could see the standing water on the green there, so I tried to give it a little extra so it wouldn't slow down there, but gave it a little too much extra and it lipped out. And then I just lost my concentration and missed my little tap there. Hole 12 here is probably one of my favorite par 3s. I'm convinced that if I ever get a hole-in-one, it'll be on this hole. Usually plays about 120 from the whites. My camera was slowly slipping out of the mount here. 2-putt for my par. Hole 13. Long, pretty straight away, par 5. Danger on the left there, as you can see. Usually my hybrid's pretty consistent, but this time I pushed it a little far right. I got a bunker to contend with here. Luckily I make it over. Hole 14, straightaway par 4. You hear me there say no, but pushed it off into the right, and it's a pretty steep hill into some trees and very thick rough down there, especially when it's raining. Tried to hit a little 7-iron punch up. Got a little too far behind it though, so it just kind of rolled a little ways in front of me. You can see how much water is on the greens here. Just trying to limp it towards the hole on this one. Hole 15, trees and stuff off to the left. That water that was on hole 11 is back into play on the right side here. Scooped under this one a little bit, so it ended up short of the green. Just trying to chip on, give myself a chance to scramble, but of course I duff it. There's a reason I'm a mid-handicapper, and those are the shots. In an attempt not to duff another, I hit this one a little too thin, rolls past. At this point in the round, the frustration is starting to get to me of the inconsistency on the greens and just how I'm playing, not to mention I'm soaking wet. Hole 16 here, par 3. Hit that one a little short. Decent little bump and run, give it a chance. Just missed my par putt. Tap it in for bogey. I lost my tee shot for hole 17, but as you can tell, I ended up in the woods. So a little punch out into the fairway. Pretty happy with this approach here. Landed a little short, and as you can see, I just got to try to get it over those puddles, give myself a chance. Now, I don't claim to be a great putter, but the condition of these greens definitely played a factor into my score today. Head hang in frustration as I missed that tap in. This one lips out and tap in. Hole 18, straightaway par 4. It's back towards the clubhouse. Hit a nice fade that ends up in the middle of the fairway. Really happy with this shot. Ends up on the front of the green with a back pin, so I got a lot of work to do on these questionable greens. I always say even a bad day of golf is still a good day, and definitely not super pumped about this 97, but given the conditions, I'm okay with being under 100.